But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, do you see on the episode where they cut? What's his name? Preston. Preston. Yeah, the
Preston
fat guy.
Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
There's
had
two of
like
them now.
they bringed his underwear in like a cup. That shit is disgusting.
Yeah, they wrapped him up in it and they made him get on a treadmill and an elliptical machine, and then they made somebody drink the sweat.
Steve-O drank it.
Yeah. Steve-O did a lot of fucked up shit.
That made my
That's
stomach hurt.
disgusting.
And it wasn't even Preston with the sushi, it was the other guy, the new guy. They put the
Yeah,
sushi
with
on
the
him.
black tooth.
Yeah.
There were, I'm telling you, there's not
He
much.
found sushi in his body a week later.
That's a big shower then. Like, or he is a small. I don't know what the fuck. Because how do you? I'm
Man,
guessing-
you fucking buy attachments to your arms to get your a loofah on a stick. A fucking that fat motherfucker can buy a fucking mop for all I care.
it's like, imagine he's like, ooh, piece of sushi.
That fool straight up said, I found sushi a week later. That's so fucked up.
How do people around him for a week not smell him? Like, you have to smell the fish.
They're probably used to him by now.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned that you get used to smells. Sadly, it happens. But there are certain smells you don't get used to, and I don't want to get used to them. And it's very
Like
I'm
you
more-
don't get used to the smell of who doesn't wear deodorant at the gym.
yes.
Please
we
wear
live in
deodorant at the gym.
We live in, even if you don't live in Texas, even wherever the hell you're at, I don't care if it's freaking Alaska. If you're gonna go sweat, where's
Bitch, no, don't even go to the other room without using it. Like, you should always use it when you shower. Don't be stinky. Don't be a stinky bitch.
Like, I always double check when I leave. Like, I'm like, all right, put deodorant.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. We're out. And all that stuff. And I didn't. Guess what? I'm making a pit stop to freaking Walgreens or something before I go to work to get some deodorant. I'm not
I
walking.
thought we
around.
all carried deodorant in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just. I
I
my
used
spare
to-
one broke.
My Oldsmobile, the belt on it squeaked. I would have deodorant in my truck so I could use it, and also I had another one to put on the belt so it would fucking stop
Jesus,
squeaking.
but it's like I need this.
You
Yeah.
need deodorant in the truck, and you need a clean pair of socks
Yes.
all the time.
I honestly always carry an extra pair of clothes because there was one time at work I had a
Shit your
bird.
pants.
No, I was outside getting ready for water day, and I had a bird shit all over my back. And all I was doing was I was carrying a fucking water hose, and I just felt on my back, and it was hot. And my
Ooh.
coworker's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but that bird just shit all over your back, bro. And I was like, is it in my hair? And he's like, no, it's just on your shirt.
They said
I
that's
took
good
my
luck.
fucking shirt off, threw that motherfucker away, and I sat in the back, and I was like, can you go get me a shirt? I was like, never fucking again. I always carry extra clothes.
I carry a shit ton of shirts. Like, I always have shirts, but not extra bottoms.
Yeah.
But I remember one time we went to Johnson Space Center for a field trip, like in second grade, and a seagull shit on my lunch, and
Jesus.
I cried because I didn't have nothing to eat.
It's like, why? Nah. I guess in the gym, what are some smells that you smell that you don't enjoy? I know today was definitely
I don't fucking like when people don't wear deodorant.
the onion smells disgusting.
Yeah, the onion smell. I fucking hate the pool when it's got way too much fucking chlorine in it, and I walk into the sauna and I can't fucking breathe. I want to throw up from that.
I don't
And
smell
then-
none of that.
And then I fucking hate when people be going in there and farting right by me.
Sorry.
Zach at least walks away for the most part.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't have a sense of smell, so a lot of that shit I am not familiar with. But I do let smell. I mean, you gotta go, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a tight core, then you gotta fart every now and again.
The messed up thing is, like, the farting doesn't even bother me. I know that's just a natural thing. There's like, you've ever laughed and then you just fart and you're like, oh shit, my bad. Like, it just happens. But what's been pissing me off recently is the people that go and they're wearing like a full thing of cologne or perfume.
Oh,
and they're working out right next to me. I'm like, dog, what the hell? You're not at a club, bro. Like, you don't have to smell good here. Like, we're all working out. And then you get that onion with the freaking cologne and it starts to
see, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'll put Axe on before I go, but like,
that's
because I don't want to smell like Marlboro or weed. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I get that.
That's one thing. He's talking about people that fucking smell like they're going out for a night out. They just put way too much cologne on. Like, and it's usually because they didn't shower or something.
Like, there was a chick next to me the other day, and I was working out, bro, and I started coughing from all the perfume that she had on. And I'm like, bro, you've been on this freaking treadmill for like an hour, and then you come over here and you do a few lifting, and the whole smell just stays right there in that area. It smelled like peaches and freaking, I don't know, some other like violets or some shit. It was like a strong like Walmart brand of perfume.
It's like, bitch, match your aromas. This whole coming over here smell like fucking cocoa butter and fucking some other bullshit that she bought at Walgreens.
Yeah, that's what it fucking smelled like. And I was like, this is disgusting. And now I'm dying. I can't get, I'm losing my counts and my reps and shit because I can't breathe. And it's just bullshit. But I will say, that's what I get for complaining. I was like, God.
Okay, the one thing that does make me think that it stinks in there when I see this every time is when I be seeing all the people with no shoes on. It's like, all right, there's 10 of you motherfuckers in here squatting with no shoes on, and 5 of y'all got on dirty socks. 2 of y'all socks don't match. Like, what are you doing? You're a fucking adult. And the other 2 is like, whatever, bitch. So I see them dirty socks and shit, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caleb told me one time before I bought Converse, you can take your shoes off, and I looked at that ground and I was like, nah.
I was like, you can take your shoes off or you can just squat and deal with it. And he was like, I'll deal with it.
Bro, just think about like the puddles of sweat we create in that spot.
I sweat a shit ton. I couldn't even imagine standing in that motherfucking or I've literally put my hand like on weights and shit and it's fucking wet and I'm like, this is fucking disgusting.
There's a guy at the gym that fucking fist bumps me every day and his knuckles are sweaty as fuck.
Man, I left the fucking incline bench so sweaty one time. The motherfucker got on it when I was working out with. He got on the incline bench and this motherfucker did a slide. And I was like, that's how damn wet it was. Oh, you know what I hate when you're working out with somebody that got a fucking lotion on their hands or something, and it's like, oh, this motherfucker got cocoa butter on the fucking bar, you son of a bitch. Yeah, exactly. The whole time you wipe it and you're sweating and it's greasy, and I was like, oh, you son of a bitch.
God damn it.
Yeah. Another thing I hate also are and I'm gonna say they're high school kids. I know you said Axe body spray, Zach, but shower, don't fucking just put the Axe on. Like it doesn't. We tell our students that all the time. Shower and then you can use it. It doesn't. It's like when people chew gum without brushing their teeth. Like I know people that do that. I'm like, did you brush your teeth? Nah, I chewed some gum. And I was like, how the fuck does that make any sense?
How the fuck did you not lose 3 teeth today?
Bro, it's like my best friend that I know says like the 2nd or 3rd grade. He would go to the gym. He would take a shower before he went, go work out, get super sweaty, and then go home and shower again. Like
that's fine.
Yeah, like
I know a lot of females that do that.
I know. I'm saying I never met nobody that did stuff like that, you know. But I'd rather people be like that than not fucking shower and just wear Axe or something.
Me and Nick talked about this the other day, and this is just an observation of being in the gym too much. You ever see somebody that goes into the locker room and then they come out dressed to go to work, and it's like, hold on.
You were only in there for a few minutes?
Yeah, you were in there. Yeah, I know your ass stink, bro.
I know you didn't wash
yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you smell down there, ho. Like, there ain't no way you got all that clean in 6 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because I literally talked to you on the way over there, and nah, you fucked up.
It's like all your.
I know exactly who you're talking about because Nick and I talked about him the other day.
I told him, I was like, all your points just went down to your dude. Yeah. And I'm cool. Hey, you're in a rush. I get it, but I've had struggle like.
No, my issue is because I know a couple females that did that shit, and they're like nurses and shit, and it's like, so
You about to hit a 12
and I know a
shift.
few nurses, and they'll tell me straight up they sometimes only shower twice a week because they don't have no time to do nothing.
Man,
So
there's always time to wash your motherfucking ass. Always.
I will make time to do it.
Yes, I will make time. I cannot go to sleep without showering. Like I feel disgusted the whole night. Like
I remember when we were getting the shower replaced at my house, I didn't have a shower for like a week, and I still managed to wash myself.
Man, I remember when what came in 05? What hurricane was that?
Ike.
No,
Ike came and all that shit was fucked up. We didn't have water. Like the city didn't have running water, but some places had wells.
Yeah,
like somehow,
that shit was fucked.
Motherfucker, hold this water hose. I would strip down in this fucking yard and shower in front of everybody, and I sure as fuck did. Like, homeboy, what? Hold this. I'll stand on this gravel, butt naked, and wash my nutsack. But I'm not fucking going in here and relaxing, stinky. It ain't happening.
Nah,
yeah, that shit was bad.
Nah,
yeah, that was the closest we were to end the days right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was good. I had water, so
I had water, but it was bad.
Everybody was at my house.
I had water, but they told us that we shouldn't bathe in it and shit like that.
I had a cousin.
We fucked up because we didn't know what provisions meant back then.
Yeah, they were like, don't bathe in it, don't drink it, don't do none of that because it can't be filtered right now.
No, their food said go get provisions, and we weren't sure what that meant, so we fucking loaded a fucking Crown Victoria on the back of a tow truck and went to the fucking Pilot truck stop and bought all the beer. Everything they had would fit in the trunk of that car. And about 2 days, we realized we don't have food. We don't have water. It was all good, though.
It's like when we had that freeze. I remember I was at the corner store buying water and food, and everybody was laughing at me. And they were like, bro, just get beer, bro. We'll be fine. And I was like, nah, I ain't going to risk it. And then the store closed. And then there was no power, and everybody was calling me like, "Hey, you got any food?" Like, I give you shit, dog. Like, enjoy your freaking Bud Light, bro.
I was underneath 2 weighted blankets that year because it was so cold.
You know what? I still managed to take a damn shower. We
didn't have no heat and nothing.
I took a cold shower because I wasn't going to sleep smelling that.
When the freeze happened and everything.
Oh, we didn't have water because we have pipes busted.
Yeah, we didn't have shit because pipes busted everything.
Oh, I had power.
I had power, but I had power. I didn't have power the first 2 days, and it was so fucking cold. I had to stay on.
You know the kicker to that is it went from fucking freezing like we've never seen before on a fucking like Monday, Tuesday, and then by Friday it was like 80 degrees because in that same week I went from frozen to fucking sunburnt.
Yep.
On Saturday after all this shit was taken care of, I was sunburnt. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Houston. I remember going to the gym during that time just to fucking have heat.
Do not, under no circumstance, use that water in that restroom to wash your face or anything. Don't brush your teeth with it or nothing. It's disgusting. There's so much black shit on the tip of them faucets, bro, and people use it. I was like, y'all are disgusting. Ugh.
Yep.
Look at Nick's face. He's like,
Nick's never seen it before.
Just go to the sinks and stick your pinky in there.
That's bad.
No, the first time I went over there, I was gonna use the restroom, and then there was a bunch of people like changing in the freaking stalls. First of all, you're in the stall. All right. Second of all, you don't even close the damn door. So what the fuck's the point of being in the stall? Also,
they like their privacy.
You're dripping all over the damn seat that I was gonna sit on anyway. So I'm like, whatever. And then I get out and there's just a bunch of dudes talking butt naked. So I'm like, now I just look weird because I walked in here, there ain't nothing here.
I'm telling you, there's people that go to the gym just to walk around naked in the fucking locker room.
So I went to wash my hands and that water looked nasty, and I was like, well, we're just not gonna do nothing. We're just walk back out here.
I remember somebody threw up in the sink like 2 weeks ago on a Friday, and that shit didn't get cleaned until Monday.
Yeah.
That's our raggedy ass gym. I like it though.
It's our gym.
Somebody threw up walking out the door one day, and they were cleaning it while we were fucking leaving.
There was 2 young dudes in there like 4 months ago, like spring break. And one of them took pre-workout, I guess, for the first time, and he was on his way to the bathroom to let that shit loose. Right before he got there, he just gacked up all over the floor. And then he went in the restroom and finished. But his homeboy cleaned that throw up. And I was like, damn, that's a friend.
That's a real friend.
I
wouldn't have done that. But.
I love y'all, but I ain't doing shit like that. I would have thrown up right there with you, dude. I can't. That's the one thing in life I cannot smell throw up. I will fucking die, man.
Yeah.
I had a kid at work throw up on my shoes.
Oh hell!
One time I was leaving the room and he turns around. He's like, I don't feel good. And I was like, all right, aim for that. And right when I said aim for that trash can, he just right on my shoes. And I'm like, all the teachers were like, don't move, Nick. It's all over your shoes and on the floor. And I was like, I can't breathe right now. I was like, I
one
just
time,
left
like
it there.
1:50 in the morning, I was carrying a drunk bitch out of bombshells, right? Because they're about to put her in jail. And I had that whole like it's a weird story, I'll tell you later. Like that, she's like, I'm about to throw up. And I was like, oh fuck. So I threw that whole feet down, and then she was like, ugh, but she didn't throw up yet, and then her like hair was everywhere, and I was like, hold on, bitch. So I went to grab her hair, but like be funny. I was gonna jerk her head back, and when I did, she threw up all over my hand, right? And I just pushed that hole in the grass, and I think she fell on ant pile and shit. I don't know what happened, but I was like, you nasty bitch.
Nope.
That's fucking
nope.
nasty.
No, I had to I was her ride, bro. I had to let her finish throwing up. Then I threw that bitch in the backseat of the Chevy, and we went about our business.
I never seen Nick throw up. Maybe I have, but I seen Nick super drunk to the point where he just falls asleep everywhere.
Yeah. Oh fuck!
Like
Yeah,
one time Nick was super drunk and he was getting out of my truck, and he fell asleep getting out of my truck.
Mm-hmm.
He opened the door and stuck one leg out the door and went like this, and then fell asleep mid movement. Like he goes like this. He opens the door and he go, all right, bro. I was like, hey, what the hell? He goes, huh, what? I was like, did you just fall asleep again? And he goes, oh, shit.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, go inside.
I was there was a lot of alcohol back in the day.
I got videos somewhere.
Hey, I've thrown up a time or two.
I never threw up. I've thrown up. I would say this: excessive drinking in my past, I've only thrown up 3 times.
Okay, the one time I've thrown up a couple times because I'm thoroughly convinced I had alcohol poisoning, and I mean days in a row of shit I was not supposed to be doing. But the one time that I threw up that I was drunk, but it wasn't because of the alcohol, was the worst ever. I was fucked up, bro. Tequila, that's my thing. And I walked up to the barbecue pit and grabbed a chick leg and bit that hole, and they were like, I literally just put that on the barbecue pit. It was raw than a motherfucker. My stomach was turning, son. I couldn't stop. Oh fuck! It makes me want to throw up thinking about it.
I had food poisoning last summer when we were at work, and it was so fucking bad. I had lost like 15 or 20 pounds that weekend.
That's the rotavirus.
It wasn't that. I checked myself. I didn't have it. It was bad. I fucking came back to work that Monday, and the kids were straight up telling me, look, you look awful. If you get any worse, I'm going to call the ambulance. And I was like, you better not call no ambulance.
Rotavirus is like diarrhea turned the fuck up. Like, it's coming out of both ends. That's the question to life, bro. If you got rotavirus and you have to shit and throw up and you go to the restroom, which one do you do in the toilet?
I did it where I held the trash can above me and I sat on the toilet.
That's the way I think that I would do it also, but just to be funny.
That's what I had to do.
You trying to shit in a trash can?
Y'all got me fucked up. I would have just gotten the shower and turned it on.
That's what I saw a video. It said, look, it was some white girl, and she was like, look, we all shit in the shower.
No, we don't.
No, not at all.
I got a nice fucking fancy shower, bro. I ain't shitting in the shower.
I don't shit in the shower either. But if it was that bad to the point where I was like, I don't know how long I'm being here, I probably would have just gotten in the shower.
Everybody on the video was like, no, the fuck we don't.
My friend got the Johnson & Johnson one, which was like the worst one you could have got. He said that he was on all fours in the shower with cold water because that was the only position he could be in because his stomach was hurting so bad.
Fuck that.
Should have shit in the trash can.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
That thing was bad.
I'll shit anywhere. I'll shit anywhere but on myself. I absolutely refuse to shit in my pants. There's no excuse for that.
No. I've only almost, and it was when I had food poisoning from Corpus Christi. I ate a ham and cheese kolache from freaking Shipley's over there, and I should have known. I was like looking at the guy, and it was like I was so freaking like hungover from a wedding, and the guy's like, "Let me microwave it," and I didn't think anything of it. I ate that mug, dude, and the whole ride, my stomach's just. I walked right out of my cousin's car, and then she looked at me and she's like, "You feel okay?" And I was like, "Mm-mm." And I slammed her door. I left everything in the front yard and ran into my house. And legit, like I think I made it like with 1 second. Like I was.
That's weird though. Like your asshole is like a GPS to the house, because like if you have to shit really bad, it's like your fucking butthole gives up, bro. It's like, all right, I did my job. It's on you now, player.
I fucking almost did one time when I had food poisoning. I sneezed, and it almost happened.
Hell nah.
I had food poisoning.
If you ever get lost in the woods, just wait till you got a shit, and you'll find your way home.
Now I've coughed while I had food poisoning, Kale, so I know how that feels.
Yeah, it's bad.
That I had to go to work on that, and legit, I was like standing by the restroom. I'd be like, I was like, nope, we gotta go. We gotta go. I was like, I'm not risking this shit, dog. I'm not. I was like,
and you'd be like, it's not even the diarrhea. I'm tired of wiping.
It's like skin gone. A few years wiped away. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I just. I can't. I won't ever do that. I mean, throwing up, no, I don't like. I hate it. Shitting,
I hate throwing up, bro.
You know where it's like the only place it's acceptable to get fucked up and throw up is at the beach, because the seagulls will eat it. Other than that, like that's nasty.
Yeah, if you go to a party and you start throwing up, the next time you're invited, if you get invited, you're like on monitor watch. Like I have
you
to
can't drink.
Like I said, I was a sleeper. I fell asleep. Like if you had a sofa, I'm probably knocked the fuck out. Hey,
Nick fell asleep at the dining room table one time.
Exactly. I was a comfortable alcoholic. Hey.
At least he wasn't driving.
Never drove. I didn't like. I know I did drink and drive.
He drove one time, but that was because he got fucked up.
I got fucked.
I was the driver, bro.
I was. I remember everybody was like, Nick, we're going to your house to party, and I was like, hell yeah! And I was like, they were like, but we're hungry, so we'll bring all the beer over to your house. Just go to McDonald's and get an order of food for everybody. And I was like, all right. I don't know where the math came from in my head of how many people we had. I ordered like 43 fucking cheeseburgers and like a shit ton of fries, and none of these motherfuckers showed up. So my drunk ass had a case of beer still. I put all that food in my fridge, drank that beer, went to bed, and woke up. And my dad woke up in the morning. He's like, why the fuck do you have all these hamburgers?
That's not even the time I'm talking about.
I know what time you're talking about.
Shit happened.
About Renaissance Festival?
Yep, Renaissance Festival.
That was bad too.
Renaissance Festival was awful because I was the only sober one, and all y'all were annoying.
Yeah, me being a person now that doesn't drink really, I understand both sides of the coin now, though.
You want to see?
It's so much funner to be on that side.
You want to see Nick asleep at the dining room table?
It is, but it isn't. I was not.
Look.
In my defense, it was
here's
like
the best part.
I don't miss those days. I don't miss those hangover days in the morning of dying.
And then people fucking trick you. Let's go get menudo. All right.
Yeah, when I was vegan, and that's how my friends almost killed me. They made me.
That was bad.
They had me eat meat. And so the whole 3 days after that, I was throwing up like everything inside of me.
I remember that. I tried to stop it, and they were like, "No, it's fine. Fuck him." I was like,
okay. Yeah, I called my uncle, and I was like, "What happens if I eat meat?" He goes, "Well, you'll probably get really sick." He goes, "But just don't do it because you could probably die." And I was like, "Awesome." He's like, "How much did you eat?" And I was like, "I have no idea. I was intoxicated." And he's like, just stay close to the toilet. I was like,
the worst part was he was like, "Nah, bro, you were the one that did it." I was like, "I was the only one that supported you when you did this shit." And he was like, "Oh yeah, no, it wasn't me. That was the most
you were there. Part. You were in spirit,
yeah, you didn't protect him."
And I told him not to do it, and they did it anyways.
Nah,
the worst part.
Drunk Nick.
2 years later, they were like, "Yeah, no." Yeah, like 2 years later, they were like, "No, Caleb told us not to do it, but we just did it anyways."
Dang, that would be a sorry ass way to die.
I know.
For real.
He died because he ate real meat.
He was a vegan and then he ate meat and died.
He ate Whataburger. Yeah.
I don't know, getting alcohol poisoning and dying that way.
Not really.
I mean, you poisoned yourself, like.
Yeah, but
it was fun.
You had fun. You know what I'm saying? Like you took it too far, but you didn't know where too far was.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think about being like close enough to being drunk is when I went to Vegas a few weeks ago and I was like so fucking like sleep deprived and running on caffeine. That's the closest thing I can think of because I've never been drunk before, so I don't know.
The worst time I remember, let me put it this way, because there's a lot of times I know I was trash and I don't remember shit. The worst time I remember is Destin, Florida. I killed probably 24 twisted teas on the boat, and I remember riding the jet ski, and then we went and we got more alcohol from somebody. I don't remember how long we stayed out there because we extended the time, and they asked me if I wanted to pay $100 to extend it, and I said yes. Then we went back to the house, and all I remember was taking a shower in my restroom with 2 beers in my hand. And then I went downstairs, took a shot of whiskey. I went to the restaurant, and there was no prices on the thing. So I was like, I'm going to stay drunk because I don't want to fucking know what my bill is. And then I paid for Alexis's cousin's bread that she ate because they charged me for excessive bread because they thought that was my date. And so then I went home and I drank more, and then the store next to us was closed, and I had I don't know why I kept buying alcohol that whole time. My mini fridge was filled with like Miller Lite and twisted teas and everything else. And yeah, and then I just got more drunk, and I woke up sober. I was the only one sober in the morning that drank.
It happens that way. You drank yourself sober.
Yeah. I was like, this is amazing.
See, that's why people take it too far, because you don't know where too far resets it. But I don't know how you remember all that, because sometimes I don't remember shit. I can tell you this. I remember the homie so dope to this one dude that he was like a boat salesman in Clear Lake, and then he didn't have money, but they made a deal, whatever it was. And somehow or another, we ended up with a boat in Kemah. And I remember it being a Saturday afternoon, and the next thing I remember is we hit the dock behind the Hilton. And then I woke up in my truck at the Galleria on Monday morning.
What the dangers of Houston.
To go from the Hilton in Kemah to the Galleria and not remember what happened in between. I love it.
Yeah. It's like puzzle.
I do remember when I had a seizure that time right before Christmas, and I don't remember the next 3 days.
So it's kind of like that, I'm sure.
Okay.
Because
I remember my homeboy his people were rich, and we went and bought these 4-wheelers in Baytown, and then we ended up going to this cook-off in fucking Kingwood, and we rode 4-wheelers in the middle of the night and shit. And I remember being so fucked up. I drove that bitch off the freeway all the way down to the bottom embankment and landed in fucking mud, like sunk that bitch. And I got off of the 4-wheeler, walked up the embankment and my shoes were gone. So then I had to walk like a fucking half a mile with no shoes on, and then get to where the fuck I was going, and I had fucking glass in my foot. I had thorns in my foot.
Fuck that.
And I had to sleep in the bed of the truck, covered to my nipples in mud in the bed of my front of my homeboy's trailer.
I remember camping out on the beach, and I ended up getting like bronchitis or some shit, and I couldn't talk for like 3 weeks straight. Because they were like, hey, let's camp out on the beach. We got tents. And I was like, okay, did y'all bring like any blankets or anything? And they're like, no, why? I was like, y'all know how cold the beach gets? And they were like, no.
You got bronchitis. You got a hold of some cat shit.
I don't know what the fuck I got, but it was something bad. Like I couldn't talk for shit. And like I had a hoodie on, and then I had a hoodie on my legs, like with my legs through the sleeve, because that's all I had was 2 hoodies in my car. And then I ended up having to sleep in the backseat of my car.
Fuck that. I'm going to find me a blanket. You should have brought your own blanket.
That was the thing. They told me everything was covered. I got there, and they were like, we got tents. I said, y'all got blankets? They were like, no.
The moral of that story is don't trust nobody.
Yup. Pretty much.
Them foods could have been cold, but I'm going to bring me a blanket.
That shit was bad.
I always have a blanket because when you would spend the night at people's houses and then they don't have one.
And
I've
then they give
woken
you-
up at people's houses after a long night of drinking. My brother's friend Leo, I never knew where he lived at in my life. And all I remember was being at the strip club and a girl's booty shaking in my face. And then I woke up with a bunch of pillows on me. And I woke up and all I saw was kids running around. I was like, whose kids are these? What house am I in? Whose living room is this? And I was so scared because I thought I broke into somebody's house because then the kids were just looking at me like, who's this guy? Because you couldn't see me. I was under the pillows asleep on the sofa.
you broke into somebody's
And
house
then-
to take a nap.
I turned and then I just see my brother's friend come out. He's like, oh, what's up, little bro? You good? I was like, oh gosh, all right, I'm at y'all's house.
You know,
All right.
you pass out at a motherfucker's house and you wake up and everybody's sleeping. He's like, can I just leave? Leave the door unlocked?
I'm out of here. I'll lock y'all's door for you. Yeah. Well, all this that matters is wear fucking deodorant. I got it.
Yeah, for real. Wear deodorant at the
Change
gym.
your fucking socks.
Take a shower.
Preferably, that's what you
Yeah.
should do. Wash your fucking clothes.
Shower.
Wash your nuts.
Wash your
Clean-
ass.
Clean your fucking benches off.
That too.
Like, rinse
What's
off
worse,
the
when people go in there smelling like BO or people go in there smelling like weed?
BO.
BO.
I don't mind weed.
People
smell.
but people do complain about it.
I don't
Yeah.
like the smell of weed, but I would rather deal with that than fucking BO.
He said, I love the smell of cocaine.
Jesus Christ.
I honestly don't mind weed like smell. For me personally, I think because I grew up around it, so I'm kind of like, Like,
some people like, oh, y'all smell like weed. Y'all smell like weed.
1,000%, I'd rather you smell like weed than you smell like you don't know how to put deodorant.
But it's fucked
on.
up because it's like there's a group of 4 of us, bro. We don't smell like weed. He smells like weed. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not all high. Yeah.
Smell like weed.
Yeah, we're all guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like we said today. They thought we were the one that smelled, and we moved, and then they realized, oh, it ain't them. It's this person. Hey,
T-shirt. Who stinks?
I'm gonna make it. Hey. It's like stay fit, back. Give me
T-shirt. Wash your nuts.
Somebody needs deodorant.
That too. Well, Houston, enjoy the weather, enjoy the rain, enjoy 4th of July. Pop all your damn fireworks tonight. Have fun with it.
I hope it rains so they don't.
I hope they pop them all because I don't want to hear shit for them.
Wednesday and Thursday, it's supposed to rain the most.
Yeah, but they're gonna pop them hoes until fucking 2 in the morning, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. I can sleep through it, so.
I'm on high alert.
Was that a firework? Hey.
That fool roll up on the set one more time. I'm gonna blast his ass.
God damn it.
All right, people, make sure you like, subscribe. We'll be doing a lot more of these different things, different topics.
Yep.
We out of here.
Later on.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.